Hi everyone, welcome to Zara's Hot Pod. This is the first episode of my podcast. Someone recognized me in public and I was like, I need to start a podcast immediately. But welcome to my brain. In this podcast, I'm going to be showcasing the absolute hottest thing about me, and that's my radical opinions. I would like to identify as a radical extremist because that's just what I am, and I'm done hiding. I'm filming this in Brooklyn, so if you hear Puerto Ricans passing by blasting their music, leave them alone. They work really hard, okay? They work hard. Not like the freaking Italians in Europe, okay? Those people are lazy. They don't get to blast their music. The Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, you guys can blast whatever the hell you want because you guys work hard. Quality may not be the best, I have to be honest, but you get shit done, and that's all that matters. I have here with me Antonio, who I had to blackmail into helping me set this up. Yeah. I found some stuff on his hard drive and I was like, yeah, you're helping me start a podcast. we were setting up the sound and the sound wasn't working, and I was just like, oh, I know what to do. And I went upstairs and put on blush. And I'm like, I feel like that did something. I'm like, I feel like that helped him figure it out, but we figured it out, hopefully. If not, he's fired. Even though I'm not paying him and this isn't his job, he'll still be fired, and I'll report his podcast so his podcast can go down too. And if you guys want, can you go check out his podcast, Smoking Simeon? But if you don't want to, honestly, don't do it. No, go check it out. It's really good. We have an episode on there. And yeah, that's enough about Antonio. He's Italian, so I roasted his people. I had to mention him. Yeah, so we're going to get started. First things first, I want to talk about something positive, some good news. The Taliban passed a law where Afghan women can't show their face in public or be heard in public. But recently, they came out with a new law where we can't even be heard in private or public. Yeah. I don't know. There was these we're not allowed to sing obviously in public, and there was these Afghan girls, they were wearing like the blue thing. They were wearing the blue thing completely covering themselves, and they were singing to protest the Taliban. And I was like, this would be so moving if they were just good at singing. And they weren't. And honestly, Afghan women, especially the Hazaras, you know what's so crazy? Hazaras are the Mongolian descendants, so they're the Asian looking Afghans. And they're always really good at singing. I don't know why, because Filipinos are so good at singing. Just Asians are just so good at singing. But the Hazaras, they're really good at singing. I don't know what kind of Afghan these women are because they were fully covered. But you know what? Good on them to make a song of them singing not good. It was not good at all. But good for them, you know? Yeah. So they played that. And how do I feel about the Taliban doing this to us women? I don't know. Maybe we're loud. Is that crazy to say that maybe we're just loud? Maybe the Taliban are just trying to tell us to just kind of lower the volume a little bit. You know how you have a party and it actually starts at 9 p.m. but you tell everyone 7 p.m. so everyone shows up at 8? Maybe they're telling us to shut the hell up so that we just kind of talk a little louder, just a little lower than what we normally do. What if that's what they're trying to do? They're not good government officials. They're terrorists. Imagine being and then did you see the Taliban? They put out they put out articles saying that they don't want to work their 9-to-5 jobs anymore, and they're tired because they have to run the country, and they didn't want to do that. They just wanted to do suicide bombings and bomb people and probably beat women a couple times a week. Like, that was what they signed up for, and now they have to be like administrative, and they have to do like all this like work. Can you search that? Can you search the article? Antonio's finding the article, but like these terrorists, they're trying to run the country, and like they're trying. Okay, maybe, what is it? Did you see it? Yeah. Read it.
Taliban militants fed up with office culture, ready to quiet quit.
Ready to quiet quit because they're tired of office culture. Do you see that? Do you see that, women? Maybe we're so loud that we're pissing off the Taliban, and they're like, you know what, if I just have to sit here at my computer desk, if I have to type shit up for this godforsaken country that we stole. And then honestly, shame on the freaking Afghan officials who sold our freaking country. Anytime I see a rich Afghan, I look at them so crazy because I'm like, you sold our country, didn't you? You sold our country. I will never forgive you guys unless you buy me a Chanel bag and a property. But I will never forgive you guys for selling my country unless you get me the Chanel bag. Then sell that shit. So let her rip. No, it's not funny. They stole the freaking money from our country, and they moved to the Beverly freaking Hills and bought mansions. Would I do that? Yeah. But they shouldn't. They shouldn't do that, you know? Like, I'm just thinking about it. Okay. The shift to working within government structures has forced them to adhere to official rules and laws they never faced before. They find, this is the Taliban, okay? They find clocking in for office work tedious and almost unbearable. Although some said they were now getting used to the routine. Oh my God. Yeah. So these people, they sold our freaking country. And that they suck for that. But I don't know, maybe they just, would it be that hard if we just whispered? Come on, ladies. Let's just whisper, okay? I think whispering is honestly seductive. Hey, please give me rights. Please, I really need the rights, okay? I think whispering is really seductive. If I could whisper for the rest of my life, I would love that, you know? I wish I was in Afghanistan so I can whisper. It's like, kind of like, if you lived in a country where everyone's like always checking your posture, kind of like that. Yeah, I think whispering is really feminine. I think I'm honestly one of the most feminine women, and I think the strongest thing about me being a feminine woman is I don't know how to drive. I think that makes me really feminine because I don't know, like, I'm just so proud that I don't know how to drive. I'm just so proud of it. And then I really thought to myself, I'm like, okay, like, when would I need to drive? If there was like an apocalypse and there's nobody, like, I can drive then because I can just crash into everything, and I might die. But that kind of sounds fun. Like, whenever I was driving with the driving instructor, who just yelled at me kind of the whole time. I have a video out of that on my YouTube channel. He yelled at me and I failed. And I got two Persian. Don't get Persian people to teach you how to drive, okay? Somebody in my home just screamed, and I don't give a shit if they're dying. I'm filming ZARS Hot Pod, so everyone needs to shut the fuck up right now. So, yeah. Anyways, what was I talking about? Not being able to drive. Yeah, so I failed that. I want to start talking a lot more feminine. I really do. And whispering would help. So, women in Afghanistan, just think of it as like something seductive, you know? Seductive. But I want to also talk about my sobriety. I've been sober now for basically this whole, yep. This is Brooklyn for you. You know, this morning there were 3 people that got into a fight this morning, and then they were part of my dream because of the fight. Like, they accessed my dream. So I was just having a dream about like Hispanics fighting, and I'm like, why am I dreaming about this? And I wake up and there's cop cars all over my house, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, so my sobriety. I have now been sober for almost the whole year. I have been dying for this, okay? I've been dying for this, and I was praying on this. I was like, I really want to be sober. God, please, it feels like I can't. It feels like I can't. But now I'm fully sober. Like, I don't feel temptation at all. Like, it's just gone. I prayed on it so hard that it's like fully gone. And I'm not judging anybody who like drinks or smokes or does anything. You're just a fucking loser. I don't have to judge you because God will judge you, okay? And like, another thing is that now that I'm fully sober, whenever people talk to me and are like, oh my God, why don't you drink? I'm like, I like myself. Yeah, I like myself. I don't need to, like, you know, I may be stiff when I dance now. So now I just don't do it. Now I just don't go anywhere where I need to dance because I needed alcohol to dance properly. But who needs that? I really don't care for it. I've really aged so much, and I'm happy because it's super peaceful, but I'm fully sober now. And what I do is every Ramadan, I'll do like all of Ramadan. I won't drink. I won't smoke. I won't even fast. I'm just that good at Ramadan. I'm like, oh, so I wouldn't smoke or drink or fast, but I wouldn't smoke or drink. Okay. And, I wouldn't do anything. So I've been doing that for 3 Ramadans, and the 3 Ramadans I've been doing that. And this Ramadan, I was like, please God, let these habits just stick. And they stuck, and now I'm sober, and I'm really happy about it, and it makes me really happy. Yeah. So I want to talk about blow. So the funny moment when you realize that the person that you're hanging out with has a coke problem. Okay. It's so funny. It's one of the funniest things ever when you realize that somebody has a problem. Like, I'm like, you're the best, because this is hilarious. So I was in LA with a friend who's kind of much older than me, but we were at the club. Okay. By the way, I don't do drugs. I do not do drugs. I'm not judging. I'm not. If my little sister's listening to this, don't freaking do drugs. Okay. It's for losers who don't like themselves and who are really sad. Honestly, whenever I see like rich people who are just doing drugs all the time, I'm like, that just cancels out all the money you have, because clearly this isn't even making you happy. Like, it's just so crazy to me that like the only difference between rich and poor people doing drugs is just the quality. That's just it. And it's honestly, most of the time, it's rich people who do drugs more than poor people. I know like there's crackheads and stuff, but like lower class, like a lot of them are not doing drugs, and a lot of them are not doing these things because they can't afford it. But also, it's probably a much more peaceful life. Not for me though. I'll sell my country. I don't care. I'll sell my country. No, I wouldn't do that. But so we were at the club in LA. Okay, we were with one guy that she was going on a date with, and he brought his friend along, and I was there. These are grown-ass men. Okay, we're at the club, and me and her, we go to the bathroom, and she's like, hey, can you tell, she asked me, hey, do you want some coke? And I was like, no thanks, like I don't do drugs. And she's like, oh, okay. She's like, can you tell the guys that you finished the bag? And I was like, no, because like, why would I do that? I'm like, no, I'm not going to tell these guys that I finished the bag. And she was like, no, can you please just tell him that you finished the bag? And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And she was just like, okay, well, I already texted him and told him you finished the bag, so can you just say that you finished the bag? I was like, oh, fine, I'm a real friend. One thing that I am is a good friend, okay? That's why I'm telling this story for everyone to hear. That's exactly it. But I'm a good friend. And I was like, fine. We leave the bathroom and her guy comes up to me and is like, hey, are you okay? And I looked at him and I was like, I have a problem. I have a problem. I don't know what to say. I have a problem. He's just like, oh, because like you finished the whole thing. And I'm like, the whole thing, it's gone. All of it. And then after I'm like, do you have more? Because I was trying to get into character. And he was like, no. And he was like, no. He was like, that bag was actually my friends over there who we were with earlier. It was that guy's. This guy is such a weirdo, like such a weirdo. He's like, he looks like someone's TO, someone's uncle. He's literally like 48, okay? And he's like dancing, but with like pistols. I can't dance, but like you can't be 40. And then he has like a big belt and he's holding on to that and then pistols. I'm holding on to that and pistols. And then he's obviously like off of everything. Like he's just like, he's like stopping every 2 seconds, looking around and going like, just not okay. And he's like, the guy was like, yeah, it was my homeboys pointing this to the pistol bro. Okay. And he's bald too. Antonio's one of Antonio's bros, but he's bald too. And he's just doing his pistol thing. And his friend is like, yeah, it was that guy's. It was his. He's kind of pissed that you know, did all of his blow. And I was like, oh, well, did you tell him I have a problem? And he's like, no, we know. And I'm like, okay. He's like, but he thinks you're really hot. I was like, okay, like, thanks. Like, what do you want me to do with that information? And then my friend, she taps me and she's just like, she's like, Zara, you look really sober. Can you start tweaking? Bitch, I'm already doing charity work, hanging out with these motherfuckers, okay? And then her man has a lazy eye, which I can't stop staring at while he's like talking to me about this. And just all like grown ass people. And I hate to say this, I'm 24 years old, okay? But I'm a baby. People need to treat me like what I am, and I'm a baby, okay? I am literally a baby. Don't do drugs in front of me. Don't talk about drugs in front of me. I'm a child, okay? I'm a child. If I got married right now, I would be a child bride. I'm a child. Like, I don't like this, but they're all older than me. And it's just like, I don't know, like when people are 1 year younger than me, I'm so like careful around them. And I try to be very like vigilant. Obviously, like I can handle my own, but I would prefer to be treated like a baby. This is literally why I needed Antonio to come here to do this podcast. I'm literally a baby. I don't know how to do anything. I don't even know how to type on my laptop. I use two of my index fingers to type on my freaking laptop because I don't know how to type on. I'm a baby. So she whispers in my ear to start tweaking. I was like, oh. So we're in this club and I'm like tweaking. I'm like trying every 2 seconds. And it was like, I think the guy just thought I was dancing. I think he literally thought I was just dancing. Anyways, so I just go up to her and I'm like, can you please get him away from me? Like, just please, I don't like this. And then we go to the bathroom like 3 more times because I have the problem. Because I have a problem, we have to go to the bathroom a couple more times for her. And then we I wanted to leave the club, and I wanted to go hang out with my own friends and go to like my own after party, to hang out with my other friend. So I call up my other friend who was already at the club, but we were like with her friends. But I called up my friend and I'm like, hey, we'll come with you to the after party. I don't really party anymore. Okay. So this was a long time ago. This was last year. But I don't really party. No, this was 2 years ago, I think. But anyways, so I call him up and I was just like, we'll come with you to the after party. So we're walking. He's just like, okay, my car's parked here. Can you walk to it? So me and my friend were walking, and then behind us is her lazy eye motherfucker, and then the freaking bald pistol dancing other one. They're coming behind us. And then I told her, I'm like, hey, can you tell them to like go? Like we're done hanging out. We're done hanging out. Like, I don't know why people won't get the hint. And they were just following us. And I'm like, can you tell him? And then she's telling the guy, and then he's telling his friend. So his friend, the bald one, is the one that's really tweaking and following us. The other one's trying to grab him, and he's just like, no. He's like, we're not done hanging out. I was like, what do you mean we're not done hanging? Like, are you the police? Are you the Taliban? Are you the Taliban? Like, what are you here telling me? She's like, we're not done hanging out. When are we done hanging out? We have a flight back to Canada the next day. Like, are you coming with us there? He's going to be at the freaking airport. Like, we're not done hanging out. Anyways, so they're following us, and then I finally like get to my friend's car. I haven't gotten into the car, and I'm like at the car. I'm at the car with my, like, where my friend is, and I'm just like, hey, like, he's following us. Like, this guy's following us. Like, he won't like leave us alone. And then after, I'm like, but I want to come with you to the after party because like, who cares that I have a stalker crazy person? I'm like, I want to party. So my friend was like, okay, like, is he gonna make sure he leaves you alone? Like, what? Basically, this motherfucker was just like, I'm in my car, you either get in the car or you don't get in the car. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know what's going on here. He and already, like, I do stand-up comedy, so like everything I say and do around people is a freaking joke. He's like, are you joking, Zara? I'm like, motherfucker, there's a guy stalking us. You think I'm fucking joking? You think this is part of my type 5? Do you think I'm go up on stage and talk about this? Anyways, so the guy, this is literally the most absolute craziest thing. He goes up to my friend. He's like, I want to come with you guys to the after party. My friend was very nice. These are two both grown ass men having a conversation. He's just like, yeah, like, I just don't know you, and I would just like prefer to hang out with like people I know, and like I don't really like to hang out with other men, which, you know, as you like, obviously. And he's like, yeah, I would just prefer not to hang out with other guys. And he's like, no, I'm coming. He was like, okay, like, my guy, you're not coming. Like, I don't want to hang out with you. Like, I don't know you. And and the guy goes to the passenger seat of my friend's car, opens the door, okay, gets in, buckles his seatbelt, and is like, I'm coming. He's like a 48-year-old freaking, like, sir, go take care of some kids. Go sign up for a retirement fund. What are you doing? Why are you getting in someone's car who you don't know? Like, he's the perfect human trafficking victim. Like, he's the perfect person to sell their organs. I need to hit him up and be like, come, I have new friends that you want to hang out with. And then we freaking sell his anyway, never mind. But yeah, he was like, I'm coming. And my friend started to flip on me. He was like, Zara, get this guy the fuck out of my car. Who the fuck is this getting in my fucking car, buckling his fucking seatbelt in my fucking car? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Blah, 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 blah. He's like screaming. He's like, get out of my fucking car. He gets out of the car to come and fight him. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm telling my friend, and she's telling the guy, and he's telling the crazy guy. And this is all just like argument. He pulls him out of his car, gets back in his car, tells me to fuck off, and is like, I'm never talking to you ever again. Literally, we're not friends because of this anymore. I don't really care. I really don't care. Like, I really don't care. But, you know, I'm sad, but I don't care. Yeah. But I'm really sad. I never like to like waste a moment that I can be a victim. Yeah. It was hard to lose him as a friend. Anyways, whatever. So then he drives off. We're stuck with these two still following us. So we at this point are like, we have no choice but to run. So we started running. And I don't know if God just loves us and knew that we were in our like single crazy girl era, but there's a party bus full of soccer players, professional soccer. Was it Madrid? I think so. I think it was them. I think so. One of the freaking European soccer team guys. So there's a party bus for that team, like right there, and we're running, and it's like around the corner. We didn't know that it was like a party bus full of soccer players. Okay. And so we're running, and then we see the bus, and we see a big group of girls going in, and they all just look like baddies. So obviously we're blending in. So we just follow the girls and get on the bus. We got on the bus, and then we sit down and we're looking out to see if like the guys are there, and they're like still kind of like looking for us, and we just like leak down, and then we meet a bunch of cool people and stuff like that, and then we don't know where this bus is taking us. We just got on it. For all we know, it could be taking us to Diddy's house. Okay, he wasn't even locked up then, and this was like LA. Oh wait, he was in Miami. I think he was doing his crazy shit everywhere. So the bus starts driving, and it takes us to a mansion. Okay. And then we all get off, and we're all besties at this point with everybody. And then we get to the house, and we're having a good time. It's fun. So good. My friend does the same thing she did at the club at the house. Again. I was like, we were having so much fun, you know? We were having a good time. And like, there were other people also doing like the drugs with, I don't know if this makes me racist, but I don't like seeing black people doing coke. I don't like it. You can do whatever you want, okay? You can literally do anything you want, but I don't like it when black people do coke. White people, you can do whatever the hell your heart desires, but I just don't like it when black people do coke. I find it really freaking weird. And it's like a big kind of character reveal moment when they do that. But she does that again. And I was like, bruh, why can't we have a fun time? Like, how much blow can someone really do? Is it that fun? Like, is it that exciting? Have you done it? You've never done it? You look like you sell it. Oh my God. Antonio literally looks like he sells it.
Never done it.
Can you come say hi?
I know, just a silent partner. Right?
Yeah, say hi.
Hey, gang.
Doesn't he? This is literally what that crazy guy kind of looked like. You kind of look like the guy who was. He looks like that guy doing the finger guns and everything with the big belt. That guy. Oh, and another thing I didn't mention, when I first met him, the first thing he said to me, I was just like, hey, how are you? First thing, this is how you know when someone's not okay. First thing he says to me, I'm a drug dealer. Okay. The first thing you're gonna say to me, and you literally look like my grandpa. He literally looks like my grandpa. And then he was like, yeah, I'm a drug dealer. And then when I saw his car, before we got to the club, when I saw his car, I was like, this is your drug dealing car? He had a Toyota Prius. Is that the right car? Is that a car? It was a Prius. I didn't even know. I don't know cars at all, but I was asking my friend. I'm like, wasn't he saying he's a drug dealer? He's risking his life. He's risking his life for this car. You know, like if you're going to risk your life and be like doing that kind of stuff, at least roll around in a Rolls Royce. You know what I mean? Like live good. So yeah, he had a Toyota Prius and he was not okay. And if you're a drug dealer, why are you hounding me about the drugs that I didn't take, that I pretended like I finished? Okay. Anywho, yeah, she did it again. It was all in all a great trip. That was a fun experience. It really was. I had a good time. Yeah. That was the end of my crazy girl era. Now I literally do not want to go to a club. I do not want to go to a party. I don't want to go to anything. Do not invite me. Don't invite me. I'm going to start spreading a rumor that I set people up so no one will want to invite me to parties and stuff. And yeah. One thing that's been weighing heavy on my heart and heavy on people's bodies is being fat. Like I really want to talk about this right now. I think that fat people don't exist. I think it's just people with bad friends, you know, because none of my friends are fat. No, I will never let any of my friends get fat. Soon as I see a little chunk, I'm like, bitch, let's get it together. Okay. Let's get it together. I'm going to have a reality show soon. You think I want you on the reality show with your little chonk? There's some exceptions, okay? There's some exceptions. Like if you're pregnant. If you're pregnant and you're getting chonk, if you're turning into a fatty boombati, then that's okay because, you know, you're bringing life into things. But after 3 months, you have 3 months after you give birth. If you don't figure your shit out, you got to figure your shit out. And this is the best kind of attitude towards those kinds of things because we need to stop living in such a soft ass generation where people are like, body positivity, no, your body positivity should equate to like living positively well, like living a positively healthy life. I think one of my cousins, she was a really big girl, big girl. I told her, like, I know I was a kid and I was young, but I told her, I was just like, hey girl, you're like getting big. I was a kid, so I was even ruder than I am now. So I told her, I was like, hey girl, you're getting big. Like, why don't we stop like eating cookies all the time? And why don't we just stop going for thirds and fourths? Like when it comes to like the food, okay? Let's just calm down. I'm like, let's try Ramadan every day of the year. Okay? How about that? So, she was a big girl and, big heart too, obviously. No choice but to have a big heart when you're that big. So she had a big heart. She was a great girl. But her and my brother, they were at mosque one time and they got into a fight and she starts chasing my brother, okay, into the prayer hall. I'm not even joking. Into the prayer hall, she's chasing him. And then they're going towards a wall and my brother does a quick turn and she runs into the wall. She fell into the wall. She fell directly into the wall. I'm not joking. And we had to get 3 people to pull her out of the wall. Okay? She was on her prayer journey for sure, okay? She was going in with Allah. She was going deep. This was literally in a prayer hall in North York, okay? And then when we pulled her out, that happened after I had the conversation about her weight with her, okay? And she looked at me like I just caught her eating like a bag of chips. She was like, because she was in the wall. And I was like, was it worth it to go see Narnia? Was that worth it? Is this worth it? And I think that was like rock bottom for her. Falling into the wall. And yeah, she fell into the wall, the poor girl. My dad said he ran into her and she's looking like a baddie now. Yeah, which kind of weird for my dad to say. But yeah, so my dad said she looks great now, and she fell into the wall, guys. Can you freaking believe that? Like, how does someone do that? I can't believe that. And the fact that there were some adults that were like, no, it's okay, leave her. In the fucking wall? No, they meant like leave her alone, like let her eat whatever she wants. But that's just not right, and that's not okay. And I think for this reason, I've never been able to sustain a relationship with a fat person, because I can't stand not saying something. It pains my soul. I just want the best for people. I'm such a good person. I'm a really good person. Like, honestly, like, I'm a humble person, but I'm a good person, and I just don't want my friends to be fat. Like, I really don't. And because of this, I'm painted as the devil. The devil who doesn't shove food down her throat, okay? Yeah. Honestly, I'm a good friend in that, like, I will offer my fingers to give you bulimia after a meal. Like, let's do it. Let's just throw up. Let's throw up after this. I'll give you my fingers. I literally just cut my nails too. You know, on social media, everyone's been coming at my nails. Oh, one last thing before we go. Some hoe on YouTube declared social media beef with me, which is kind of like the sweetest thing ever, because like she has like 855k subscribers. Yeah, I have like 699. Like, why she, first of all, bad marketing technique, because you want to like beef somebody who's slightly bigger than you, okay? Like Malala, go for Malala, you know? You could be like, so the whole basis of this beef that she had with me is that she thinks that I'm stealing her personality. First of all, I don't know your fucking personality at all. And when I was watching the video, I couldn't even watch more than 2 seconds of it because it was just disgusting me a bit. I'm trying to be a good person, honestly, and she's kind of making it hard. But like, first thing she starts off saying in her video is she was just hanging out, masturbating. And I'm like, ew, why are you talking about that? Like, I hate when people talk about that kind of stuff. Like, I'm like, ugh, brother, ugh. And then she just goes on to talk about how I'm stealing her personality. And then she cuts up my videos and paints like a narrative of me that I'm like, I had that video where I'm like, guys, you're really offended about me pranking a mosque. I just want to say I'm so, and then I'm prank calling the mosque again, you know, because I'm a good Muslim. Okay. I want to bring happiness to the community of Islam. Okay. Anyways, so she posted that like I was doing the prank, and then she posted the apology after. Well, I didn't watch this. I'm just going based off of what my friends told me. So I think she posted the part where I was apologizing after or before. I'm not sure. They told me that she posted it separately to make it seem like I did the prank call and then I was apologizing for it after. Then this hoe said I blocked her. I didn't block you, you dumb hoe. Okay. I'm trying to be very nice right now, but I did not freaking block you. She lied that I blocked her. She blocked me, and then she was screen recording her friend sending her my stuff, but it will obviously say that it's like it won't show because she has me blocked. After I saw that she said that I blocked her, I went to so quick to Instagram to see. I'm like, me block this bitch. The only people I block are like men that hit me. That's it, okay? And even then, I feel like I'm being a bit dramatic. But But I honestly, blocking somebody feels like, it just feels like I'm giving like them so much power, and I don't want to do that. So basically, she said that I blocked her, and I saw she's not blocked because obviously I didn't freaking block this hoe. I DM her. Sorry guys, someone's Fast and Furious outside, but yeah, I didn't block her, and I DM her and I'm like, hey, I didn't block you. Why are you making things up? Why are you saying that I blocked you? I know there's like kids dying in Gaza, and I'm crying about this girl saying that I'm which I'm so sorry about too, but like I really need to address this. She is saying that, but honestly another thing is that I was thinking like, how sweet of her. She was literally making a video where she's just showing my videos and like giving me a shout out in the best way possible, because if she was like, oh, I actually fuck with this girl's video, she actually does fuck with my videos, because if she thinks that I'm stealing her personality, like but everyone in the comments was really coming for her. Like people in the comments were going off on her. Like I'm gonna read you some of these comments, okay? Do you hear that? Do you hear the mariachi band outside, guys? You work hard, good job. They probably were building something today. Good for them. I'm going to read you guys these comments because, this is the moment that I claimed my boo. This was actually a really good moment for me. So I find that I respect comedy so much that I don't really feel like I want to call myself a comedian just yet, even though I tour. I've paid my bills, my very expensive bills from comedy, which thank God, thank you God so much. Okay. Don't evil eye me, hoes. But yeah, which I'm so grateful for, but I still kind of have this feeling where I don't want to call myself a comedian yet, because I feel like I don't deserve it. And at this moment, when she was saying all that stuff about me, when she was saying I'm copying her, I commented, I'm like, girl, you like do social media comedy. I'm a stand-up comedian. I perform at shows night after night after night after night after night. I work so freaking hard, and that felt like such a cute moment for me, because I felt like I was like claiming my man that I kept as like my side bitch. I was just like, babe, it's you. I pick you. I choose you. I love you. Like that was like my moment where I felt like I was coming out, and now I feel like I don't cringe internally when I call myself a comedian now because of that moment. But I'm going to read you some comments that people said. Okay. Aancy, you're a YouTube comedian. She is an actual comedian. Excuse her for looking presentable without a kilogram of makeup or making an apology. Okay. No, I didn't make the apology video. I wasn't apologizing for it. I'm never sorry. But I'm a good Muslim, and I will always repent to Allah, not you hoes. Okay. I've watched you for years, but I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people with the same humor as you and don't know who you are. I went to high school with Zara, and she's actually had the same humor, not the scam calls, but hating men. I don't hate men. But I also posted a picture of like, I was with my cleaner's son. I was like hanging out with my cleaner's son, and we were playing chess, and I said he's lying about the rules like all men or something like that. I was just joking, but she posted that. My friend told me she posted that in the video. I know it kind of seems like I've watched the video, but I genuinely did not watch the video. I cannot stand the sound of her voice, but she posted that and said, see, I hate men too. Like, girl, it's almost like men have oppressed us for all these years. I think men have only oppressed her. I think she's the only person that has ever been oppressed by a man. But yeah, everyone was just coming for her in the comments, and people are like, you still have time to delete this and all this stuff. But I didn't block that hoe. Thank you for the shout out though. I really appreciate it. I don't think there was any way that she could have showcased me in a way that would have got so much traction if she was being positive which sucks. But anyways, thank you, Ho. I really appreciate it. And she was so sweet to me, so I'll leave her a tip. Stop wearing green eye contacts, okay? Stop wearing green eye contacts. We are brown women. We should be proud of how we look, okay? The fact that she said I'm copying her and she's wearing green eye contacts and has like, okay, I'm gonna stop being mean. I'm gonna be a good person. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning into this episode. I'm going to make many more and I'll have fun guests, and I can't wait to see where this goes. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming along this journey with me, and I'm risking a lot with these stories, so I really hope you guys enjoy it.